Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your Friday Night SmackDown review right here on the Big Fight Field channel on Friday, October 2nd, 2020. And before we get this SmackDown review started, I just want to acknowledge a few things today. Yes, today is the 1-year anniversary of AEW, and I'm contemplating whether or not I should make a AEW 1-year anniversary video next week on the channel. So if you guys are interested in me making a AEW 1-year anniversary video here on the channel, leave your thoughts in the comments below. But today is also the 1-year anniversary of the Big Fight Field channel, which is absolutely huge. Been doing this channel for 1 year, and I'm so proud of this channel, and I can't wait to see what the future is for Big Fight Field. But that's that. I had to get that out of the way. So congratulations to myself for the 1-year anniversary. Hopefully by next year we're around 700, 800 subscribers, going up to 1,000. So I can't wait to get to that. But SmackDown, not tonight's show, but future SmackDown reviews on the channel. Football season has started. My second game got pushed back to tomorrow night for some reason, but after tomorrow night, the rest of the season, I have football games on Friday nights. So I don't know how I'm going to do it with SmackDown. I'm either going to do SmackDown reviews Saturday morning for you guys, or if you guys remember my brother, Brady Thomas, who I was feuding with, but I had to scrap that because I just did not have the time to, do the match. I never had time with all the busyness and stuff, so we're going to put that off. So Brady Thomas, my brother, he might be doing SmackDown reviews for me on Friday nights until my football season is over. I'm going to talk to him about it this week, and if he's cool with it, he wants the opportunity, so I might give him the opportunity, as long as he's not biased or anything, Sometimes he can be a little bit biased, but if he's not biased and he gives you guys his real, genuine reaction to the show, then I'll probably have him review SmackDown for you guys until I'm done the football season. But let's not waste any much time. Let's get into the SmackDown review. I don't want to waste your time. I just want to talk about the review. We got Roman Reigns opening up show tonight. Paul Heyman's out there with him. Paul Heyman was cutting a promo. Paul Heyman was cutting a really good promo. Roman Reigns just reached his hand up and wanted the microphone. He said, the problem here in this situation is you call me the tribal chief. His brother called me the tribal chief. I need him to call me the tribal chief. I need my cousin Jay to call me the tribal chief. And then he called out Jey Uso. And then he said, I don't know this man. I don't know who you are. I will admit, you kicked my ass at Clash of Champions. But if it wasn't for my brother Jimmy, who threw in the towel, I'd be standing here tonight as the Universal Champion. Then Roman Reigns said all you had to do was say one word. You had to say the word that I'm the tribal chief. I'm the tribal chief. I'm the head of the table in this family, and you're just a follower. You're not responsible for holding up the Universal Championship and leading the WWE. And then he was not looking at Roman Reigns. He kept looking at the Universal Championship. So it was like, look at me, don't look at the championship. And Jay just did not pay attention to Roman Reigns. He's like, you're still looking at the championship. Is that what you want? You want the championship again? Fine. You got your rematch. Where do you want it? I'll give it to you at Hell in a Cell. So, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso at Hell in a Cell. But Roman Reigns, the stakes are going to be at an all-time high for you at Hell in a Cell. And then Jay says, you're on, Uso. So at Hell in a Cell, we are getting Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso again for the Universal Championship with the stakes being really high. I thought this was the biggest thing on the show. I thought this was fantastic. Now, normally, I would complain about why are we getting this match again between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I would normally be complaining about it, but I'm loving this feud so much, and they've told a great story, and they had a amazing match at Clash of Champions. I'm not going to shit on this, and I'm okay with a Jey Uso Roman Reigns match at Hell in a Cell, and then obviously probably at Survivor Series, it's going to be Bray Wyatt. And I'm kind of glad they went this route, because if they did Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt at Hell in a Cell, I would not like that at all. Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns should not deserve to be on a D-level Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. No offense to Jey Uso, but in my opinion, Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt is a much bigger match, and that match deserves to happen at Survivor Series for the Universal Championship. That's obviously what's going to happen after this. So I thought this was a fantastic segment. This led to AJ Styles coming out and addressing Jey Uso. They got into a brawl, and they were the first match on the show. It was Jey Uso versus AJ Styles. Very good match here to open up the show. AJ actually lost to Jey Uso. He led Jey Uso to a very good match here. Don't get me wrong, but AJ lost clean. Jey hit the Uso splash on AJ. AJ put over Jey Uso tonight. The match was very good. It got momentum back for Jey Uso, and it just tells you that AJ really does not have much to do on SmackDown anymore. And that's probably his farewell. That's his farewell away from SmackDown. So I think, it's obvious. AJ is going to Monday Night Raw because, one, I've heard rumors that he wants to go back to Monday Night Raw because his son plays football on Friday nights. And with him working on Friday night, he can't watch his son play football. So he wants to go do that. And two, Paul Heyman's on SmackDown. And you know the beef that AJ Styles and Paul Heyman have had together in the past with the releasing of Gallows and Anderson and Paul Heyman not being a genius. So that's what's happening. Then we got a backstage promo by Sami Zayn. This was awesome. This was an awesome promo by Sami Zayn. He said, "When I was stripped of the Intercontinental Championship back in April, you all did not say a word. You took the ride and you went along with the plan, and you all never spoke up." Actually, he's wrong with that, because I saw a lot of people pissed off when they took the Sami Zayn. They took the Intercontinental title off of Sami Zayn, and I was one of them. I was very pissed off, and I was one of the people standing up for Sami Zayn in that situation. But he says AJ Styles didn't do the right thing. Jeff Hardy was a fraud, and he didn't call me once he won that championship. And then I, of course, had to do something about it. No one else did it for me. I had to do it for myself. And now I'm the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. And then he took Jeff Hardy's Intercontinental Championship. And he said, this is a sham championship. And this belongs right where it belongs, in the trash. And Sami took his own Intercontinental Championship. These next two segments were both squashes. We had Otis beating John Morrison in 2 minutes. I did not even watch this match because I went to go to the bathroom. And then Sheamus defeated Chad Gable in 90 seconds. It sucks the way they're treating Chad Gable, man. It sucks. The way they mistreat him. And it's just disgusting, in my opinion. At this point, who cares where Chad Gable goes? Because wherever he goes, he's going to be he's going to be treated like shit. And it sucks. It sucks for a good, talented guy like him to head over to be buried like that. So, next we had the Kevin Owens show with Alexa Bliss, and she's talking about when you're in the Fiend's presence, you get chills, you get a shot in your stomach, and your entire body goes numb when he touches you. And it feels uncomfortable at times, but for me, it feels comfortable. And she was like, "You've never been around him, have you?" And then Owens started talking about Aleister Black. So clearly that feud's not over on Monday Night Raw. And she was like, "Well, you've never felt in the same presence as him. You've gone through a change before. And I've gone through a change before too. And it's time for a change. And you know what, Kev? It's time for you to meet him. Let him in, Kevin." And then the lights go out. Bray Wyatt pops up. He put the mandible claw in on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens passed out from the mandible claw. And then Bray reached his hand out, and Alexa Bliss put her hand out to the Fiend, and the Fiend was holding Alexa Bliss's hand to end off this segment. I guess this was fine. The talk show segment really wasn't doing anything for me. When Bray Wyatt came out, that was the cool part, where he came out and gave KO the mandible claw and put him to sleep. So that was fine. Besides that, I mean, I don't think these two are going into a feud, because they announced Kevin Owens versus The Fiend in a match next week for SmackDown. So, I mean, that should be good, I guess, but we'll have to see what happens. Alexa Bliss, best work of her career, man. I'm really enjoying Alexa Bliss's work right now, and that is absolutely rare for me to say, because the past couple of years, I have not stanned Alexa Bliss by having WWE shove her down our throats with championship reign after championship reign. She's awful as a wrestler. Hopefully, with this new character change, she is trained and it makes her a better wrestler in this new Fiend character. We'll have to see. Her new character with the Fiend. You guys know what I mean. Then I was actually in the Thunderdome tonight. I'm gonna go over it briefly. I was in the Thunderdome tonight for a little bit, not a while. I was mostly the last 3 segments of the show. I just wanted to do it one more time before I can't do it anymore, because I mean, I did it once for Raw, and it's just exhausting when you're in the Thunderdome during a 3-hour show from Monday Night Raw. That shit gets you tired fast. And then I can't do it on Fridays because of football games, high school football games, the next 8 to 7 weeks. So I was in the Thunderdome tonight. It was fine. We saw Matt Riddle and the Lucha House Party versus Baron Corbin, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, give me a break with this shit, really. These 6 guys in the same match again. Matt Riddle and Baron Corbin, they have been going at it since freaking July. We need to get Matt Riddle. We need to get King Corbin. He's not my king. We need to get Baron Corbin off of SmackDown, because Monday Night Raw is a trash show and King Corbin is a trash gimmick. So if I had to predict, I am going to say that King Corbin, oh my God, I did it again. That Baron Corbin will go to Monday Night Raw and hopefully get away from Matt Riddle, because at this point, I'm just sick and tired of seeing these 2 guys in matches together. And then the Lucha House Party versus Cesaro Nakamura. The Lucha House Party lost clean at Clash of Champions. So, why are they even fighting? Why are they still fighting? Matt Riddle defeated Cesaro with the Bro Derek in 10 minutes. The match was fine. It was decent for what it was. But I'm just sick and tired of these same guys fighting each other over and over again. It feels like Monday Night Raw. And I don't want to say that because I'm enjoying SmackDown. I'm enjoying SmackDown the past couple of weeks. And tonight's show was actually good. Tonight was a good show in my opinion. And mostly with the Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn and Sasha Banks, which we're getting to next. We might as well talk about that now. She said, "Are you serious, Bayley? Are you serious? You think your attack that you put on me a month ago was going to take me out of Clash of Champions and not come kick your ass? You made a big mistake. You used me so that you can hold on to the SmackDown Women's Championship for as long as you can. And now you used me, you turned your back on me, and I'm going to take the one thing that you love, and that's the SmackDown Women's Championship." And then she takes off the neck brace and says something on the lines like, "It's happening next week." So next week we're getting Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship on free television. Now I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on this very quickly. Sasha and Bayley. Bayley was not in the arena. When they were going over the show for next week's the start of the draft, Kevin Owens versus The Fiend, Sheamus versus Big E in a Falls Count Anywhere match, they did not have a graphic for Sasha Banks and Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship next week on SmackDown. Now, a rumor came out and a tweet came out, I believe it was yesterday, Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Wednesday, a tweet came out by WrestleVotes, and WrestleVotes said, "The plan now for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view is for Sasha Banks and Bayley to main event for the SmackDown Women's Championship. They will main event that show inside Hell in a Cell." So, I don't think the match is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is the referee is about to ring the bell for the match to start. Bayley will stop the referee and she will say, "I never agreed to defend my SmackDown Women's Championship tonight against Sasha Banks. This match is not happening." Then Sasha is going to get all pissed off. She's going to attack Bayley. They're going to brawl. She's going to get on the microphone and she's going to challenge Bayley to a SmackDown Women's Championship match at Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell, and Bayley will accept. That's what I think is going to happen next week with Sasha Banks and Bayley. So a lot of people are pissed off that this match is happening next week that I saw. Don't get fooled, folks. Don't get fooled. This is the way to go. I think this is how it's going to happen next week. And then finally, in the main event for the Intercontinental Championship, we got Jeff Hardy versus Sami Zayn. This was great. This was a great match with a good story at the end. Sami Zayn, during Jeff Hardy's entrance, took off the turnbuckle pad, and that came into a factor. You know that was going to come into a factor. Jeff Hardy was going for poetry in motion on the outside, and he landed back first on the barricade, which looked nasty. Back in the ring, you got Sami Zayn doing Russ holds, a commercial in the Thunderdome, and they go back. Sami hit a blue thunder bomb. Jeff Hardy kicked out. Jeff Hardy knocked Sami Zayn off the top rope. Sami Zayn countered the Swanton bomb with the knees up, and then he was going to Irish whip Jeff, and then Jeff Hardy Irish whipped Sami Zayn into the turnbuckle. Jeff Hardy was jumping toward the turnbuckle. Sami Zayn dodged. Jeff Hardy was going to the top rope for Whisper in the win. Sami Zayn countered it and threw Jeff Hardy face first onto the exposed turnbuckle and got the victory over Jeff Hardy tonight to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn, man. What a return. I am so happy that Sami Zayn is back. This last month for him has been freaking fantastic. And he is honestly one of the guys that I am really enjoying on the main roster right now. Outside of Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, and Drew McIntyre. I'm really enjoying the work that Sami Zayn is doing with the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm so happy that he won that match at Clash of Champions. And I'm so happy that he had a great match with Jeff Hardy and he won tonight, because he's got a whole lot of leg. He's got a lot of work to do with that Intercontinental Championship. And he can have a lot of fun feuds. Now with the draft next week, we'll see who's going to SmackDown. I think that Kevin Owens, he was on SmackDown tonight. I think he's going to be a permanent member on the SmackDown roster. So I think a feud between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship, that could be fantastic. How about Apollo Crews or Ricochet? I doubt that's going to happen, but it's just a thought. Maybe Mustafa Ali. Maybe we see that. That would be fun. Mustafa Ali versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. An eventual Matt Riddle, Sami Zayn match. There's a lot of things you can do with Sami Zayn with the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm loving what WWE is doing with the Intercontinental Championship right now. I thought this was a good episode tonight. I enjoyed SmackDown. I really enjoyed it this week. It is much better than Monday Night Raw. Heck, I thought it was better than NXT this week. Almost better than AEW. Almost. But I feel like the Cody and Brody Lee stuff took the cake for me this week. But SmackDown was very good tonight. A very good show. And that's going to wrap it up here on the channel. I want to thank you guys for watching this review. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, man. Please, subscribe to the channel before TakeOver this Sunday. I will be back with a review for NXT TakeOver 31. So subscribe to the channel. Check out the NXT TakeOver preview and predictions with Cameron from bodyslam.net. Shout out to him. So go check out the TakeOver preview predictions. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications, man. Comment down below. I want to know what you guys thought about tonight's episode of SmackDown. Hit that like button if you like what I had to say about tonight's episode of SmackDown. Follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. And like I said, man, I will see you guys back Sunday night for your NXT TakeOver review right here on the Big Fight Field channel. Have a good night and stay safe, guys.